everyone, it's Destiny, and today we are going to be working on building my Varesa. I recently pulled on Varesa's banner, and I ended up getting Mizuki, but I did end up still getting Varesa at the end, and I have been excited to build my very first overload team in Genshin Impact. Before we get into today's video, I would love to know your favorite element in Genshin. For me at the moment, I would say it's currently Electro. Lastly, if you'd like to see more Genshin content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. For my Varesa, I decided to make a week-long plan to approach building her, which would be working on getting her ascension materials in the first few days, as well as getting materials for her weapon ascension. Afterward, I would heavily focus on talent book grinding and do some artifact grinding as well. Thankfully, I already have some of the talent books she needs, so this will definitely help out with the process. The last few days we'll be working on ensuring that Varesa is level 80, her weapon is level 80, ideally having a decent artifact build for Varesa, and working on upgrading her talents as much as possible. I also have to level up Chevreuse, which I'll try getting her enough materials on one of the grind days in order to get her 4th ascension to unlock one of her talents. Now let's begin. Day 1 was pretty smooth sailing as Varesa's boss didn't give me too much of a challenge, allowing me to get her to her 4th ascension, and I did some grinding for her weapon drops as well. But I was struggling to find some of the weasels in my world, so I decided to join a friend's world and just beat up a bunch of weasels for my Varesa. And after fighting the weasels in Abyss, honestly, this definitely felt deserved. I was able to get Varesa's weapon to 70, and I had enough talent books in order to get her to 6, 1, and 5, so I would say this is a pretty strong start to building my Varesa. As for the 2nd through 4th day, I fought Varesa's boss until I had enough materials to get her to level 80. I also farmed the weapon domain for Varesa's weapon in order to get that to level 80 as well. I was running a bit low on EXP books though, especially as I also had to level up Chevreuse for my team. So I did a lot of the current event, and I also did some world quests for more materials. One thing I will say throughout this whole process though is that I feel so guilty for beating up all these cute animals in Natlan. It just breaks my heart that I have to fight them for their fangs. Why couldn't there be an alternative way? Like, just look at how cute they are. Wouldn't you also feel guilty for doing this? I focused on grinding talent books once I finished grinding level and weapon ascension materials, and I was able to get Varesa to 8, 3, and 6. As for day 5 and 6, I decided to focus on talent book grinding once again, artifacts, and getting enough books to get Varesa to level 80. For Varesa's artifacts, I already had some codex pieces, so I decided to give them to her, and I also did a bit of grinding to aim for better pieces, but unfortunately I got pretty unlucky. I did end up getting an Electro Goblet, which I did need as I didn't have any, but as for the substats, yeah, they're pretty bad. This will do for now though, since I unfortunately don't have any other Electro Goblets. I also fought the weekly boss and got more materials for Varesa, and I was able to get her to 868 and did some more quests for EXP books in order to get Varesa to level 80. And here's how my Varesa build is looking within a week. Honestly, the artifacts definitely need more work, but I'm not too sure if I should just farm more codex pieces to upgrade her goblet and her circlet and then just finalize the build, or just use this as a temporary build for right now and farm Long Oath for Varesa instead, which Long Oath would nicely boost her plunge damage, so that is also an option that I'm honestly considering. When it comes to the team building with my Varesa, I did want to make an overload team as mentioned, so since we're going with that route, I'll be using her with Yansan, Chevreuse, and Durin. And now it is time for me to try out Varesa. One thing I have to say right off the bat though is that I just absolutely love Varesa's running animation. She just goes so fast. She's so adorable. I could just travel super fast with her running around. She's just so cute. And now let's try beating up some enemies and let's just see how she does. Let's first try beating up the Knuckle Duckle here. We're gonna try beating up a couple Nod Krai bosses, and then we can also try some of the Natlan bosses, and maybe we can also do Stygian. I think that'd be pretty fun. So let's just activate the Duster mode. All right, so we're just going to apply that. Now Durin, Chevreuse, we could just use that. Okay. Now we just go crazy with Varesa. Go, Varesa. Boom. One more. Boom. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna go fight the mountain lion. We just have to fly over here real quick. Hello, little mountain lion. How are you doing? We're just gonna beat you up right now. Okay, Durin is going to use his skill like so. And now he can burst. With Chevrus, he can burst as well. Alright, and now he can just attack like so with Varesa. Well, bam! And boom! Go, Varesa, go! And this poor mountain lion just got absolutely destroyed by my Varesa. Let's try fighting this robot now. I believe this robot actually came out during this patch. Now with Durin, we can skill and then burst. And with Chevrus, there we go. And boom, there we go. We have this enemy right here, and we're just going to set up like so. With Chevrus, we can skill. And with Yansan, we can also use their skill just to get them more energy. Now with Durin, there we go. All right. Well, bam! Oh wait, it moved out of the way. No, there we go. Go, Varesa. Let's also try fighting the Radiant Moonfly here. There we go. Now we can just attack with the Varesa. Yeah, that boss was pretty easy to fight, honestly, and I ended up using Barissa's full burst instead of her mini burst there, but the animation from her full burst is just so cool. Overall, I would say that Varissa's playstyle is definitely one of my favorites, and she's just such a fun character to play. And I'm just really enjoying like all of her plunge attack. Yeah, she's just so much fun. Like her animations are just so adorable, and then just as a damage dealer overall, I'd say she does pretty nice damage, especially with this overloaded team right here. And I really want to work on improving her build in the future just so I can have a stronger Varesa. And I'm still thinking whether I should just get better codex pieces or just go for the long oath set. But regardless, I had a lot of fun building Varesa and testing her out. By far becoming one of my favorite characters to play, and I definitely plan to use her all the time in the overworld since she just runs so fast, and it's really nice exploration in my opinion. I just love seeing her goofy little run, and then also just all of her plunge attacks. It's super fun. But let me know if you ended up pulling any characters during this patch, or if you plan to just wait until the next patch. I did pull Durin and Varesa, but now I am full-on saving for Columbina and trying to grind a bunch of primo gems for her. Hope all of you have a great one. If you did enjoy today's video, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.